Hello fellas, Frankie Day here. Okay fellas, this is video 14 for my USS Arizona build I got shaken down. Okay fellas, I got some pretty much done on since taking from the last video. On video 13 I had the completion of the boats installed. So right now I'm trying to detail up the front deck and add the railings as I go along. And lastly be the rigging and the OS2U Kingfisher float planes, which a kit only issues you 2 of them. And they'll be builds themselves. Okay guys, for this video, for the update build report on my Arizona, I've got all the anchor chains installed. I made stopper chains for them, folks. When you secure your anchor after anchor scene, special scene anchor detail, you got stoppers on there, which in your stopper, you got a deck pad eye which hooks up to the deck bracing of the chain plate. And from the chain plate, there's a chain that goes out for the chain plate. At the end of your chain plate, there's a pelican hook, which is known as a snatch block. And this pelican hook resembles the neck and the bill of a pelican. And it's got an upper jaw that folds over, and you got a latch. You stick a keeper pin inside there. When you station your special scene anchor detail, you can drop the hook over the side. You pull out that fid that comes out of the upper jaw. Take a sledgehammer, knock that latch over it, the chain will drop over the side. So I got these stoppers, anchor chains all installed, and also I got the awning stanchions also installed too, on the forward of the casement, the closed-in casement gun on the forward of the both sides of the forecastle. Okay, guys, we're gonna go over here and before we proceed to the Arizona, I've been kind of busy around the house getting the place cleaned up, getting everything battened down for winter because it's gonna be snow time out here in no time. So before snowball gets here, I like to be able to get this house all prepped up, get the windows all. Put plastic wrap around the windows, which is known as visqueen, and staple the plastic around the windows, keep all the heat in the house, and get this house pretty well sound for winter because I got a feeling we're in for a brutal winter this year. So that in turn kept me away from the model bench and work on these things. So I got something done in Arizona. Next video will be Saturday. I should have all the rails completely finished on the pretty much on the railings are going to be finished all the way up on the forward, from the break of the hull all the way forward to the forecastle, and also the boat deck also is going to have railings all installed. All that's left is after the break of the hull, working aft, and it's done. And then I got to add the 2 float planes and the rigging and the flags, and she's finished, fellas. She's finished. I was thinking about adding awnings on it, like you did at Pearl Harbor with the white awnings on it. Now I've got an Arizona down below in the bosun's locker, which is the basement where I keep all my models down there. And I've got one I built out of paper and wood and everything, got my hands on, built from the original builder's plans. So as a supplementary throw in, along with this Arizona here, I'm going to throw it in too. We'll review that too and compare between the 21st century and sketch building. So that's going to be a treat for you fellas. Okay, after this video, I got another video I'm going to make. I was going to make a demo feature video this Saturday, but like I say, I got detained because I had household chores I got to take care of. Like I say, prepare for winter, because I don't want to get caught with my tail in the air. So it's always best to prepare, fellas, especially out here in Ohio or any northern atmosphere out there. You got a lot of snow and stuff. Okay, boys. This video is going to be something I got at the hobby shop. There's going to be a few items on there, and they're going to be winter builds too. So I think you gentlemen get a kick out of that too. So right now we're going to go back to the Arizona, take a look at it, show you what Frankie Day's accomplished since the last video 13. So here it goes, folks. Underway ship's colors. The video is 14. We'll swing the camera hard to port over here, and we'll take a look at the mighty Arizona. As you can tell, she's coming head on, and I'll zoom in very slowly as I can. I don't want to obscure the out of focus on this thing. Okay, guys, I don't want to get too. I want to keep the camera pretty much in view here. Okay. On the Wildcat right here, this is called the Wildcat on the capstan right here, which takes the chain. It's got like a spleen around the shaft, which takes the anchor chain, and the anchor chain goes around into the chain locker, as you can see. We'll go a little closer, fellas. I think I can get a little closer here. Okay, here I is. Yeah, swing his turn out of the way for clarity. Okay, guys, this is the Wildcat. You got 3 Wildcats. Our windlasses. You got 1, 2, and you got number 3 over here. And these are called chain plates right here. These chain plates right here are all metal. This is where your chain is on. And you got stoppers right here. These are stoppers we're talking about. You fellas probably seen them on ships before. These stoppers here are emergency stoppers. What these stoppers are used to keep this chain, keep the anchor chain from running loose over the side, causing damage in the chain locker. So these stoppers here actually are preventable stays for the anchors. When the ship gets underway, once the anchor is up and all washed off, take the mud off from the bottom. With a fire hose, they take it and squirt salt water or fresh water and get all that mud off there. And the chain ravels around the Wildcat back into the chain locker, as you can see how they post through in here. That's called your chain locker lift right here, which is called your hose lift for your chain locker. It goes inside your chain locker. And you got all these little stoppers right here. Once this chain anchor is all the way in place, right here, they lock the windlasses right here, and they go ahead and add the stoppers on there, and they relieve the tension on the windlasses. That means the only thing that's holding this anchor chain in place is all these stoppers right here. You can see these stoppers. Now right here, you got an anchor number 1 right here for mooring detail. This chain does not go up into here. And you got a stopper right here. What's left of the chain was raveled right there. You have another stopper and another stopper. You got 3 stoppers that's holding this anchor. It's a 21-ton anchor right there, each one of these tankers right here. That's a lot of weight, fellas, for a battleship. And you can see how the anchors are on there. And also you can see the awning stanchions here. These awnings are pretty much permanently on here. And when the ship goes into port, once it's anchored next to the anchor quays, you get some seamen out there. They go down to the boatswain's locker and get the rest of the awning stanchions. They start adding stanchions all through the deck, all around. And they'll turn around and put a tarpaulin over here. That's keeping to present shade. Also on the quarterdeck and also working aft the same way. I was thinking about putting awnings on this thing though, but I want to get this thing built with entirety like the way it is. And I'll go ahead and finish it up. And so my other one there is on a built from scratch. It's got its awnings on there, so you can live in both worlds, with the awnings and without it. So I think you'll enjoy that one too as well, along with this one here. And I got to get the dust cover assembled too, so when I get to finish with this, I want to assemble this inside the dust cover. And I'm going to have to take this camera out there to my living room, my home, or somewhere where I'll have more room to take a view of this here ship right here. Because right here, I'm between I'm pushing the corner, got no way of getting out. As you can tell, fellas, there's little cubby holes. I've got models to my right, left, and above me everywhere. And this is a big ship, it's a meter long, so but if I don't avail, I'm going to kind of transfer my camcorder over to another location and we'll review the build. And I'll bring the other Arizona down below the basement locker I made from scratch, and we'll compare the two together. I believe the one I built down below in the basement locker is 1/16 scale, which is 192 scale. Equals 1/16 scale equals 1 foot on the real model. So that's about 42 inches long on the 1/16 scale one. So it's a little bigger than this one, and virtually they almost look identical in a way. But anyway, this one, the Trumpeter 1/200 scale Arizona, is a very fascinating, beautiful model, and it has so many options you can do with it. For the radio control boys, you can turn around and for radio control boys, they install motors in this, electric motors. They got these small mini servos and all your receivers and everything. All the small electronics nowadays make these things move. I tell you, the stuff nowadays is very remarkable what they got in the market. It was a distant dream for me when I was a young boy from what they've got nowadays today. Okay, guys, so you got turret number 1 over in just position. So the next video, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the paravein the paravane chains, which hook up on the bottom of the skeg. This is the skeg on the bottom of the Arizona. Everybody want to know what this piece right here is for. This is called your skeg. With the skeg, you got a chain on port and starboard, and this chain will come all the way up. It'll go through this closed chock, and they got Manila High Line, which they used to pull that chain all the way up. And they take the paravanes and they put the paravanes on the end of that chain right there. And what they'll do, they'll lower that chain over to the water. And as the ship moves, it trolls with the paravanes. Those paravanes cut mines. So everybody want to know, how do you get the paravanes off the ship? So what you got to do, you got to get a couple of husky, good, strong seamen first class, freshman boot camp, take them over like that. You grab that paravane and you bottle it down with a good snatch block and hook her over. Take about 4 or 5 seamen, lower it into the water's edge, and take her on the way. And when you haul in, you grab a safety line, you grab your paravane and pull it up on top of the deck and put it up. You fasten it up against the barbette on turret number 2, which is over here. Okay, incidentally, I got to put the barbette rails, the life rafts on. Got to be put on this too. I just now got my attention, so I'm gonna be a go-over on this thing, fellas. So it's she's pretty much getting done. So I'm pretty much happy right here, and I'm pretty much happy with what I've got done on it so far, and I'm pretty much on schedule. And I got the Alabama shaken up, so I'm going to work on this all the way up to Saturday. My goal is to get all these railings done by this week, and after that, I'm going to start on the rigging of the US-2U Kingfisher float aircraft, get them installed. With that done, I'm going to take Arizona, put it out of the way, out of harm's way, and go ahead and stuff a dust cover and sticker inside dust cover, make the final reveal. And I'll get back on the Alabama, get her all finished up, then I'll hop on the Liberty ship down below and get her going, and get back on the Denmark and the Charles Morgan, and I'll start to knock them out now. So once I get going these things, fellas, I won't stop. I'll just keep it going. And so I got a lot of builds on my belt, so little by little I'll get them all finished. Okay, we're going to swing this camera around. This completes video number 14 of my USS Arizona by Trumpeter in the mighty, mighty scale of 1/200. We'll bring the camera over to yours truly and finish up the video. Oh, okay, here I am. Alrighty then. That completes that, fellas. A little discussion on seamanship on the Arizona. Anyway, guys, it's a fascinating model. Anybody's got this in your stash, you know what old Frankie Day's talking about. It's a very good model, and it has so much options, fellas. You know, you can make a good working model of it, or a static model of it, such as this here. And it makes one hell of a conversation piece, too. And so, anybody going to Honolulu, Hawaii, pay your respects to the 1,167 gallant seamen who lost their life on the USS Arizona with that fateful morning. Well, I tell you one thing, fellas, when I was a little kid, you know, I think I was about 1 year old when Pearl Harbor was attacked. You know, I didn't know nothing. I was just a kid just waking to the world. But I've never seen newsreel footage of this back in the very early 1950s when TV was pretty much involved in the household of America. And I used to watch footage of that, and it really amazed me of all those people who got killed like that. It was shocking back in those days. So Pearl Harbor must never be forgotten, fellas, you know. I know a lot of the stuff in school nowadays in history, these kids learn. You don't teach these kids nothing. And if you teach these kids nothing, they can't preserve our history for our wonderful nation. For all nations. All nations have very popular history to them. And it must be preserved. Okay, guys, time for you to get out of here right now. So stay tuned for video number 2 for this wonderful Monday. I'm going to have a special thing I got, and I think you guys are going to like this. And it's going to keep me busy. And it's going to be very interesting. Okay, guys, this is Frankie Day signing off. I'd like to thank everybody tuning in. And the next video of this will be on this Saturday coming up, so stay tuned for that, because I want to achieve my goal, get all the rail work done, and get ready for the rigging. Okay, boys, that's me all over again. Getting out of here and catch you guys next video. Make Mama happy and happy modeling. Please subscribe. And God love you, fellas. Frankie Day signing off. Stay tuned for the next video, boys. I'll be back.